How's it going, everyone? Matt Leighton. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I have a special guest with me, Rich Conlon. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Nailed it.
Awesome. I'm never sure. Rich Conlon with Atlantic Coast Mortgage, the go-to guy in Northern Virginia. Today, we're talking reverse mortgages. Rich, whenever I think of reverse mortgages, I just think of like Florida, timeshare, infomercials that are on during The Price is Right when I was like 8 years old and I'm watching them.
Tom Selleck too.
Tom Selleck, exactly. Just tan skin and just bleached white hair. But obviously there's more to it than that. And I've read a couple articles recently where more and more people are doing reverse mortgages. I think there's a lot of misnomers out there about what reverse mortgages are. Are they a scam? Like what's going on there? So start us off with what reverse mortgages actually are.
So reverse mortgages are actually very similar to a regular conventional mortgage. They are actually created by FHA. So it is a government-backed mortgage insured by the government as well. So definitely not a scam in any way. But the main goal is to, for any clientele, any homeowner 62 or older, to leverage equity in the home.
Okay.
And free up cash flow. Retirement specifically geared to the baby boomers. That is the biggest, largest group of, retirement years now. People are living longer. Mm-hmm. And so living on Social Security, very limited income, but yet still have a housing payment. So a reverse mortgage, the goal is to free up a cash flow by eliminating a principal and interest payment with the equity in the home.
Got it. So you have to be 62 and older. It's an FHA program. So that kind of limits the number of people that it's available to. What would you say the type of properties are that are eligible for a reverse mortgage? Are those, they have to be FHA approved, mostly single family houses, condos, town? What runs the gamut for properties?
Great question. So, FHA, they do have their own condo approval system. Reverse mortgages, there's no restrictions to the property type. The main goal, the main factor is equity. It's equity driven and age driven. So 62, like I said, is the minimum. The older you get, the more you can borrow against. Obviously, equity driven. It starts, 50% is the minimum barrier. The older you get, they'll allow up to 70%. So it's all equity driven and age driven.
Okay. So when you're getting this money, how are you receiving the money? Is it monthly? Is it weekly? Is it a lump sum? What happens there?
So a common question is, and misconception is, I'm no longer the homeowner. The lender owns the home. The bank owns the home. No, like I said in the very beginning, it is like a regular mortgage where you still own the home, and all you're doing is eliminating the principal and interest payment. So your home is the equity. You have a loan, say $200,000, $300,000. You do not make a principal and interest payment on that, and all you're making is taxes and insurance. And the mortgage is not due until you either pass or you decide to move out of the home. And when that comes due, the proceeds, say if you're moving out of the home, selling the home, the proceeds from that sale go to pay off the existing mortgage.
Got it. Let me ask you this. As you're talking on the phone with someone, and the bells start clicking, oh, maybe this person would be an excellent candidate for a reverse mortgage. What sort of things are you looking for where they say, hey, I might try this, but in the back of your mind, you're saying, wow, this person would be an excellent candidate and they have a ton of benefit from a reverse mortgage. So what are maybe 2 to 3 or more things that you're looking for a really good reverse mortgage candidate?
Obviously, the big key is it is only for primary residences. So you want to make sure that they are this is their current home that they are living in for the majority of the year. Another key thing is they're retired, so they're living strictly on Social Security income, and they have, say, investments, investment accounts, assets that they're dividend interest income that they're also living off, and payments are tight. Living is tight. They're living longer than they probably anticipated. So that's another key factor. Another thing with our new mortgage division is we don't necessarily handle this over the phone. We do the initial, but what we really like to hit home is meeting them in person. Most commonly, it's at their house, sitting with them. And, these consultations will go anywhere from, an hour to 2 hours. And the first half of that, we don't even talk about the reverse mortgage process. It's getting to know you, what your goals are. Obviously, learning about the history of you and your home, and developing a sense of trust and comfort level with each other, and then ultimately explaining the mortgage process. So obviously, initially talking over the phone, don't necessarily want to ask how old you are, but we'll talk and just get to a conversation and a better understanding of where you're at. And we understand after retirement you do have plans, and obviously with the technology now, we're living longer, which is great. So planning for that can be difficult. So this is this program is specifically to help the baby boomers, people living longer than expected, but the income is not quite where they were in their prime. So to help keep you in the home and relieve the stress of having high monthly payments and limited cash flow to do other things with your family, grandchildren, and anything else. So it's great.
Very, very well said. There you have it. That's just a quick primer on reverse mortgages. And then if you have any other questions, what I think I'll do is I'll link your information in the description below. We just wanted to go over very quickly, just quick hitting, what are reverse mortgages. They're clearly not a scam, and in fact who they're really beneficial for. So if you're in those boxes that we've been checking off, maybe this is something that you talk to your lender about.
And I do want to add one thing. I know a lot of people, you hear reverse mortgages, and it is mostly commonly refinances. You are able to use a reverse mortgage for purchase. So if you are of the age and say you're looking to make a full cash offer, this is another way to leverage that, where you can acquire the mortgage. Instead of making a 100% cash offer, you can put 50% down and still not have a principal and interest mortgage payment. You still continue to pay the taxes and insurance. So can be it's not just refinances, can also be levied for cash for purchases, acquisitions. So please do reach out if this is something that meets your needs.
Very nice. Well, for Rich and for myself, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.